Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 8th of July going through until Sunday the 14th of July 2024. I'll go through each day of the week to see how the planets interact and how they'll influence us this week. And then I'll go through each sign of the zodiac to give you a specific message for your sun's sign. So I'll go from Aries through to Pisces. Okay, so what I noticed is that this week is somewhat changeable. Monday, Tuesday is very, very productive and there'll be a lot going on. Wednesday, Thursday, same thing, but you're also focused on relationships and making new connections. And then the weekend is very much about relationships as the top priority. So it's important to kind of stay on your toes and to go with the flow this week. It is very changeable. So on Monday, the 8th of July, we have the moon in Leo. The moon is the way you feel, and in Leo, it's very confident. It's a fire sign ruled by the sun. So anything where you're required to lead or to step in the limelight, that's going to be done quite easily. It squares Mars and Uranus in Taurus, so that makes you incredibly hands-on. Anything that happens is within my scope of ability. I can handle whatever comes my way. The moon then also trines the wounded healer Chiron, which is in Aries, and it quincunxes Saturn in Pisces. So there's this faith and a belief that if I work hard, I can heal my circumstances, I can make things better for myself and for others. Mercury, the communication planet, is also in Leo. So again, anything that requires you to influence others or to clarify your point or to lead or to get someone else to buy into your idea, all of those things are going to come very naturally to you on Monday. So Mercury then sextiles Jupiter in Gemini. So that's all about growth and growth of ideas and exchanging ideas and finding solutions. And then finally on Monday, we have Venus, the planet of creativity and love. That's in the fourth sign of the zodiac, Cancer, which really has to do with the home and family relationships. That forms a sextile with Uranus and Taurus. So I love this combination because to me it says that anything that happens in your life, you're going to be patient. You're going to look at it as something to be solved. It's almost like you have this parental mindset that if certain things aren't working, then by using your energy and your time and engaging with this thing and nurturing it, you'll be able to find some sort of a solution. So you come at every situation with a sense of, I can do this, even if it seems to be completely outside of your control. So with all of that, Monday is likely to be very busy, lots of things going on all at once. If you need to go into the working week, either to catch up on things that have piled up from last week, or you just want to get a lot done, Monday is really the day to do it. You'll be so quick. Working well with other people, as well as working on your own to kind of present something or to perform something, all of those things are likely to go well with Mercury and the moon being in the fire sign of Leo. And if you come across a problem that no one else can solve, seemingly, try and meditate on that if possible, if you have the time and space to do that, to find a kind of divinely inspired alternative. So if everyone is stumped and you've spent hours on it, then just take 5 minutes to yourself and kind of say, hey guides, do you have anything to chip in here? And you're likely to find a very good answer. On Tuesday, the 9th of July, we have the moon still in Leo. So I'm confident, I'm happy, I'm enjoying myself. It squares Uranus in Taurus and it quincunxes Neptune in Pisces. So again, if things are moving quickly in your life, if there's a lot of change taking place, that's not going to bother you too much. You have this hands-on approach which says, it doesn't matter if these big changes come my way because whatever happens, I can deal with it. And the quincunx to Neptune in Pisces means that you're also tapping into your imagination and you're playing the tape forward, or you're able to kind of predict what comes next, which is why you feel so at ease taking care of problems here on Monday, Tuesday. The moon then goes into Virgo at 2:48 in the afternoon, and that's based on my time zone. I'm in the UK. So the moon in Virgo is very happy and patient to get everything sorted out, to take notes, to schedule, to organize, to plan, to structure things. So the shift of the moon into Virgo allows you to do even more of the admin side of things and to get all the paperwork filled out. So if there's something this week that you need to present, try and do that Monday or early on Tuesday, and then do all the required box checking exercises afterwards. The Virgo moon also quincunxes Pluto in Aquarius, and that's a really helpful combo because Pluto is really rebirth, right, and transformation. And in Aquarius, it's a rebirth of ideas. It's the scope of it is really huge, and Virgo is never overwhelmed by the amount of information. The more info, the better, as long as I can then work with it, structure it, and come to my own conclusion and create meaning from all of these ideas. So if there's something that's been, you've been toying with, you've been floating an idea around, but you don't quite know how this is going to be actioned or what it would look like in a practical way, Tuesday is a good day to figure that out, especially in the afternoon or evening. So Tuesday then stays fast-paced and highly productive. If you become willing to multitask, you can operate on lots of different levels. So study, work, relationships, and you really can sort out pretty much anything if you put your mind to it. The busier you are on Monday and Tuesday, the more energy you'll get, and it's very, very unlikely that you become even remotely overwhelmed. You're able to really get a lot of things off your plate. In the evening, you'll be able to tackle mundane tasks via the moon in Virgo and get a sense of satisfaction by doing those things and feeling a sense of pride that, look, I've got organized, I know where I'm at, well done me. On Wednesday, the 10th of July, we have the moon now in Virgo still, and it opposes Saturn in Pisces. So I'm not so interested in the big picture and the big philosophical questions of life. I'm interested in, packing my lunch for the day at work. It's really simple, temporary, trivial things that you can touch and feel. You'll get a sense of really looking at the details and making sure everything is organized. It also squares Jupiter in Gemini, and it sextiles the Sun in Cancer. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a really good time to get organized as far as your relationships are concerned, but also to express yourself in a creative way. So if you've been writing, the next chapter in your book, and it's been labored and difficult, Wednesday is the kind of day where you feel inspired, but you're able to get the words out in a very structured, satisfying way. The Sun in Cancer then also trines Saturn in Pisces, so that's good for meditation. It's good for a sense of I'm home, I feel rooted in my life, I feel like I belong. And with that said, it's also a good time to spend with people who you are close to, who make you feel the same way. I'm home, these people are where I belong. So with the moon in Virgo, you're still going to be in research mode, especially at the beginning of Wednesday. And you can get anything organized. So if you're planning a trip or anything like that, do it on Wednesday. As the day progresses, you're shifting away from that organizational gear you're in, and you'll start to focus more on relationships and travel. They'll become more of a priority here Wednesday afternoon. Also, even though you have this ability to create meaning and to feel like you're settled in your life, if there's an opportunity on Wednesday to do anything spontaneously with a friend or a partner, please do that. It'll inspire you, and you'll have a marvelous time doing something like that. On Thursday, the 11th of July, we have Venus in Cancer forming a trine with Neptune in Pisces. So that's very romantic and harmonious. It's like the muses are starting to sing in your ear and the ear of other people. The moon in Virgo opposes Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. So even though everything seems so, the day almost seems like a fantasy, I still feel grounded enough to get things done, but now I'm also able to daydream, and I'm able to connect with people on a more personal level. The moon then trines Mars and Uranus in Taurus. So that's a desire to get things done, but also to make an actual connection with another person, or to have something to show for what you're feeling. So either expressing yourself creatively or engaging with nature. I think mostly on Thursday, the desire is to connect with other people, whether that's just, making new friends, or the desire to be in a romantic relationship. But then the moon in Virgo also sextiles the Sun in Cancer, and it quincunxes Chiron in Aries. So that says, I want to heal this sense of being an island unto myself. I do want to belong somewhere. I do want to feel like I'm loved and I'm giving love. So the relationship, the personal side of things becomes very important here on Thursday. And then finally, Venus enters Leo at 5:19 in the evening or in the afternoon. So Venus is the planet of love, right? So Aphrodite in Leo is on fire, and she really wants to have these magical romantic experiences. So if you're someone who is interested in that side of things, really, even from Thursday onwards and then moving into the weekend, it is good for new romantic relationships. So on Thursday overall, it's a day where your personal experience, your hopes and dreams, and your relationships now start to become of paramount importance. The organization and the structuring, that's now in the past, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday, it's a wonderful opportunity also if you work creatively by yourself to produce something that you'll be proud of, or if you're looking to make new connections, to go on a date and to have that wonderful experience of something new and exciting with a person you're not familiar with, and to get like butterflies in the stomach, that whole thing. I would say on Thursday, Cupid really starts hovering above us with his bow and arrow. So if you do want to change your relationship status this week, Thursday is the day to do it and to start looking into that side of things. Friday, Friday the 12th of July, the moon enters Libra at 6 minutes past 3 in the morning. So Libra is an air sign. If you look at the glyph of Libra, it's a bridge with a little bump in it. It can also be shown as the scales, right? But it's about balance, and it's about casting the net quite widely and looking at everything that's going on before moving in a particular direction. Libra is also ruled by Venus, the love planet, and it's very good at Libra, that is, very good at connecting with other people, to have a sense of charisma, to express yourself in a particular way. So with this shift of the moon on Friday in the morning, it becomes even more focused on harmonious relationships and bridging the gap between you and other people. The Libra moon then trines Pluto in Aquarius, so one good way to bridge the gap is through ideas and conversation. And it also trines Jupiter in Gemini, and it sextiles Venus in Leo. So this is a kind of situation where if you can kind of show your fun side, like for instance, if you've moved to a new town and you're trying to meet people, it's so much easier to make new friends if you already have a friend, you see. So if you have someone who you can have a regular conversation with and laugh and have fun, then the third or fourth person joining the two of you, it'll be much easier for them to see that happy, social, kind of joyful side of you, rather than just meeting a stranger and saying, hello, my name is. It's going to be much more formal and stifled at the beginning, right? Because both people will be a little bit on guard. But if you have the opportunity on Friday then to spend time with people you love to be with, and to include other people in that, is going to go really well. Venus in Leo then opposes Pluto in Aquarius. So that's really excitement around my own ideas, and I feel fired up by something that has occurred to me. So on Friday, it's a day where you can really connect very well with other people, but also there's the opportunity to generate a lot of interest in what you're doing work-wise. So for instance, if you've got a product that you're launching, or if you work in marketing or advertising or public relations, or if you do have your own business, it's really easy for you on Friday to attract a lot of attention, to get people to know what it is you're doing, and thereby to grow your business. So either you're very attractive, the point is you're very attractive to people on Friday. So whichever way you want to use that to enrich your personal life, or to grow your business, or to spread a message, whatever your area of interest is, make use of that on Friday. You'll be able to spread the word very easily. On Saturday, the 13th of July, we have the moon in Libra, opposing Chiron in Aries. It squares the sun in Cancer, sextiles Mercury in Leo, and quincunxes Mars in Taurus and Saturn in Pisces. So you're still able to connect with other people very well, both in the personal side of your life and the more formal side of things. But I think with this combination, it's this desire, I want someone to see the best side of me. I want to connect in a personal way. I want to feel the love and create memories and feel like I'm creating these fabulous moments that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And I want to do that with another human being. So on Saturday, you're still going to be in publicity mode where you can get a lot of attention, but it could become a bit complicated if you blend now work with personal. So if you let other people in on what you're doing work-wise, that could create a little bit of friction, because you may get a bit of criticism or constructive feedback from other people. But if you feel like you're being slowed down, even if the suggestion via another person is correct and accurate, if it makes you feel like, oh, I have to do more work now, or this has become much more complicated, you may become really frustrated about that. And instead of focusing on the topic at hand, it's likely that you turn on the person who was just trying to help you and offered constructive criticism. So on Saturday, it's important to really distinguish between this is my work and I want to do that by myself without being delayed because I don't have the patience for it, versus this is my personal life. I'm spending people who are my friends. There's no money involved, no thoughts about work. It's just us having a good time together. That's where you'll be, that area of your life, you'll be much more open and you'll be much more willing to receive what other people have to offer you in return of what you're presenting, right? So I think when it comes to your work on Saturday, try and minimize discussions and chatter around your plans to keep things moving. And when it comes to the personal side of your life, invite discussion into your life, because that's going to be fun and it'll allow you to get to know each other much better. But Saturday is the only day of the week, really, where it's important to either do one thing or the other. Otherwise, there could be some friction. On Sunday, the 14th, we have the moon in Libra forming a quincunx with Mars and Uranus in Taurus. So I want to, again, feel secure in my relationships, or certainly I want to feel like I know where I'm at. I know how this person feels about me. And the last 4 days of this week, it's really kind of, I have a desire to come home and I want to know that people on this planet care about me and my existence, that I'm not just living in this vacuum on my own. The moon then enters Scorpio at 3:53 in the afternoon. So the moon going out of Libra and into Scorpio, it's not so much about ideas and connecting to other people out there. It takes you inward and allows you to really understand where you're at in terms of your emotions. And the moon in Scorpio then squares Venus in Leo, so I want some passion and some heat, and Pluto in Aquarius. So I think Sunday again is really, you can multitask and do a lot of things on Sunday, but I think the focus on relationships is still a good idea, because you can experience that instant chemistry and, oh my God, this person, we see eye to eye. Maybe there's something more to this. So as well as relationships on Sunday, travel, study, and creativity, all of those things are going to be incredibly nurturing and will build up your energy and your confidence. If there's been a disagreement the day before, on Saturday the 13th, pay attention that you don't turn a discussion that was ultimately designed to help you, and watch out that you don't continue with this choice from the day before that instead of focusing on what they told me, I'm just going to chew on this resentment that this person tried to sabotage me. That's the warning of the weekend, that you can read negative intentions into a situation where there actually weren't any negative intentions. Best thing on Sunday, again, is to try and keep things moving on your own, particularly when it relates to your work or what you're working towards, and to be open when it comes to other people, and to share ideas and to really create a stronger bond between you and another person. Okay, so let's see then each sign of the zodiac. Aries, you'll experience the least conflict this week out of all the signs, but particularly around the weekend, it's very unlikely that you will experience any kind of conflict. Instead, you're able to work very well with others all week, and you can use constructive criticism to your advantage while maintaining your momentum. So you're really not at risk of becoming frustrated or overwhelmed or resentful, because you can implement ideas as they come. You can improve what you're doing via this amazing feedback, but you're not at risk of feeling like, oh, someone was sabotaging me, or you don't become suspicious around other people's motives, and you certainly don't have the tendency to then point the finger at the wrong person. So for you, it's a great week to brainstorm with other people and to put things up for discussion, both in work and in your personal life. Taurus, you're very different to Aries this week, because you may have some brilliant ideas that occur to you that will genuinely improve your life when implemented. But if you're even slightly disturbed or derailed by someone else, you could become very frustrated and even angry about that. And you may divert your attention from what you're actually working on and what's actually going to be constructive and useful. And you could just choose to go on the warpath instead and say, right, this person said this to me, so now I'm going to say this in return. Try and avoid anything like that. It's just a distraction, and it means you're less productive, plus you're wasting a lot of your energy on being angry over nothing, really. Gemini, for you, this is really structured this week. Look for opportunities in work on Monday to Thursday. It's likely that one of your colleagues will support you if you're looking to change your role, or if you're trying to renegotiate pay or negotiate pay for the first time. You may also feel supported and secure enough to make a big change in your work if you come to the realization that this role is no longer fit for purpose. It may have been 2 years ago, but I've outgrown that now. I'm in a more solid place. What comes next? Cancer, this is a week for you to explore and to feel alive. It's also likely that you make a new connection, so via another person, on your travels through the week. So if love and romance is something that you're interested in, Cancer, speak to people on your travels and you'll be pleasantly surprised. So anything that you're doing, if you decide to go to a museum because you want to be inspired by other people's artwork, it's likely that you meet someone at the museum. Or if you go sightseeing, or if you go on a trip that's work related, either training or you're presenting something, just pay attention who's around you and who's got eyes on you. If you want to make a connection this week, it's very likely that you can. Leo, if you want to submit a manuscript, pitch a project, or if you're trying to get funding for a new business, make appointments to accomplish this, ideally on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if it's possible. Your enthusiasm is going to be contagious to the people listening to you and will yield excellent results. So if you want to get the funding, try and do it Monday through to Wednesday. Also, if there's an opportunity to travel and to revisit a familiar place this week, it's likely to result in some sort of personal healing and a sense of relief. Like, I don't need to suffer through this anymore. I don't need to hang on to this bad memory, for instance. Virgo, you're likely to receive some good news or some help, especially on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, you'll feel like you have solid ground under your feet and you can be incredibly productive and prolific if you're working creatively. At the weekend, you may meet someone new in love and romance, and it's a good idea to keep things strictly business from Monday through to Friday, ideally, and then really take the time for your personal relationships on Saturday and Sunday. That's where the best things will occur to you, Virgo, or for you. Libra, it's a good idea to listen to criticism this week, because there may have been serious differences of opinion that you may not have paid much attention to, or you may not have given it much importance because the criticism either seemed mild or irrelevant, and you may have dismissed it, right? So the important thing, Libra, is if you get something like that this week, someone comes to you and says, hey, I didn't like the way you do this, or with this report that we're writing, why don't we include this? It would make it more accurate. Try and listen to those in time and deliberately be patient around saying, okay, thank you for the positive feedback. It will make the whole project better. So it's a good thing. But try and address those kind of differences of opinion in time as they come up, because by doing that, you'll be able to avoid serious conflict on Thursday or Friday. So if anyone in your life has felt dismissed or disrespected or ignored, try and sort that out Monday to Wednesday. Otherwise, Thursday and Friday, you may get an earful around that, which usually isn't that pleasant. Scorpio, you'll be able to work well in teams or groups all week long. Expect someone fabulous and new to come into your life around the weekend. And Scorpio, if you work as an artist or as a writer or as an intuitive or even as a healer, you'll be able to do your most amazing work on Sunday this week. Sagittarius, for you, this is a great opportunity to discover a new purpose moving forward. So research and travel, both of those things can inspire you to the point where you feel like, I absolutely have to make changes. I absolutely must create this piece of art, or I have to write about it because I feel so inspired and so motivated that it needs to spill over from me out into the world. So if you're either looking to change the way you create an income for yourself, or you're a creative type who produces content, really look at that in earnest all week long, because for you, Sagittarius, this is like a week of coming home to the self and what you really enjoy, and therefore you feel inspired to express some of those things. So your inner child feels heard and respected, and it has some good information for you as well, which you can action on a conscious level. Capricorn, you may find it a little difficult when it comes to getting your point across this week, particularly in the area of work. So you're not being listened to, or they're talking over you, whatever it may be. But the interesting thing for you, Capricorn, is that the opposite is true for your personal life this week. People will want to listen to what you have to say. You're going to be incredibly attractive to people, and you're going to have absolutely no problem making new, meaningful connections this week. And also, if you're a Capricorn who's single and you're looking to change that, this is the week where really people will be attracted to you. Just look again who's around you. Start really inane conversations. They will lead to something more meaningful as long as you make that initial contact. Aquarius, you may be introduced to someone new via a friend or a family member this week. And with that new connection, it's also likely that there will be romantic potential. So if you're interested as well in love and relationships, you don't really have to do anything. You just have to show up to the social event or visit someone at the house or whatever it may be, and the love will come to you. So that's all you really need to do. Be willing to listen and to speak and to show up, and it's likely that someone comes into your life without you doing much of anything else. Pisces, the good news for you this week is that you may receive a windfall in the areas of income or career, and that's going to allow you to heal one or both of those areas in your life so that you feel like you've caught up. You're no longer behind, either in terms of money or work. Something has been upgraded, something is shifted in a good direction, so you feel more balanced about the whole thing. So for instance, a Pisces who's doing a job but feels like they're really underpaid, right? You have a discussion with the manager this week and they agree with you and they decide to up your pay so that you feel better about it, you feel balanced about it in the sense of, I'm now being paid at a level that I find reasonable based on what I do for this company. So if you want to make changes either in your pay or in career as a whole, really look into that. It's likely that you can make improvements in one or both areas. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a bit until you get to the button that says book your reading. Click on that to order your reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, as well as my intuition. To draw up your birth chart, I just need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me some information and I actually work out your time of birth manually. And that's really important because the chart changes every 4 minutes. So once I have your natal chart in front of me, I can analyze that, and it gives me a great insight into you as an individual, as a person, what your purpose is, what your strengths and weaknesses are likely to be, what's kind of destined in relationships and income and hopes and dreams and education and travel, and where you have a choice and where you can write your own destiny and create things as you see fit, right? Also, if you're interested in what's coming up in future over the next few months and years, or you're looking at planning certain events on certain days, I can look at if those are good days and supportive to have a particular type of event. And also, if you're thinking of traveling or moving, by looking at the astrocartography, I can really see what specific locations are going to have a particular impact on you based on your birth chart. So if you have any questions about love or finance or anything else really, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading via the website gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please, and subscribe for more videos. I do special videos on the new moons and full moons, as well as these weekly horoscopes. And I do a daily tarot reading as well. So if you'd like to watch that, please consider becoming a member of the channel. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.